Knight. I got the audio bug about 40 years ago with my father. He was into it since the 60s. And we spent a lot of time listening to many vintage tube amplifiers and speakers over the years. I started building amplifiers close to 40 years ago and got into tape about 25 years ago. And at that time you could buy beautiful Pro machines for almost no money. So I bought a lot of them, evaluated them, and decided that most of them weren't very good on playback. The amplifier circuitry is really not very sophisticated. And I thought maybe I could do better. So I've been building tape preamps as a hobby until recently for maybe 20 years or so. And everything that I've learned, both living in the US and living in Japan for 30 years, has found its way into this preamp.
So this is the preamp.
Yes.
Can we have a look at it?
Sure.
So what do you think is unique about this? What's unique about this?
Well, starting on the outside, the Wajima Nuri lacquerware is very unique. It's only done in one place in the world. It's extremely time-consuming. It's absolutely an artisanal process. And I thought for an expensive product like this, it would be nice to do a unique aesthetic. I spent a lot of time on this aspect of the design. Getting into the functionality, the stepped attenuators are very convenient for people who want to make transfers to digital and maximize the dynamic range. Similarly, the meters have an infinite peak hold function, which contributes to making that easy to do. It's got the most common three equalizations for tape, NAB, CCIR, and AES. And it has two inputs, one of which, actually either one, can be used as a phono preamp, just by switching to that input and choosing the RIAA equalization option. It's got individual phase reverse switches, because I've actually come across master dubs which have one channel reversed. And so it's very convenient to be able to just flip a switch and fix that on the fly. The circuitry is all tube. It's kind of a mishmash. Some of the core aspects of it hark back to the MPEX 351. There are some aspects of the MR70, especially the output transformer, which uses a permalloy core and requires some sophisticated circuitry to really get the best of. And it's a custom-made transformer, which is very close in design and implementation to what was done in the MR70. I'm also using an active cable shield driver, which is probably unfamiliar to most people. It's common in instrumentation and has been used in tape machines in the ATR 102 actually. And what it does is it completely eliminates the cable capacitance between the playback head and the head preamp. And that allows you to move the resonant frequency of the head up above the audio band and maximize the bandwidth and flatness of response and minimize ringing.